Stage 1. The towering storm. Every tornado, even the monsters, starts the exact same way, as a thunderstorm. But not just any thunderstorm. Tornadoes are born from a specific kind called a supercell, a massive rotating storm system that can grow taller than Mount Everest. Here's the simple version of how it forms. Warm, moist air near the ground rises quickly into the atmosphere. As it climbs, it cools, and the moisture inside it condenses into a towering cloud called a cumulonimbus. Picture a giant column of cotton candy stacking itself 10 miles into the sky in less than 30 minutes. At this stage, there's no rotation yet, just raw energy, warm air rushing upward, cold air pushing down, and an atmosphere that's becoming dangerously unstable. Meteorologists call this fuel CAPE, convective available potential energy. Think of it as gasoline poured across the sky. The more CAPE in the atmosphere, the more violent the storm that can ignite. Right now, it's just a tower. Impressive, but not yet deadly. That's about to change. Stage 2. The rotation begins. This is the moment storm chasers wait for, the instant a normal storm starts to turn into something else entirely. It's caused by something called wind shear, when winds at different altitudes blow at different speeds or in different directions. Imagine rolling a pencil between your palms. That horizontal rolling motion is exactly what's happening in the lower atmosphere. When that rolling tube of air gets pulled upward by the storm's powerful updraft, it tips vertically and the entire storm begins to rotate. This rotating column is called a mesocyclone, and it can stretch up to 5 miles wide. You usually can't see the mesocyclone with the naked eye, but radar can. This is why meteorologists can issue tornado warnings before a funnel ever touches the ground. They're not guessing. They're watching the atmosphere twist into a weapon in real time. At this point, the storm has a pulse. It's alive. And it's only getting started. Stage 3. The funnel cloud appears. Now the storm shows its hand. As the mesocyclone tightens and intensifies, a visible cone of condensation begins to descend from the base of the storm. What we call a funnel cloud. Here's a detail that surprises a lot of people. A funnel cloud is not officially a tornado yet. Not until it touches the ground. Until then, it's a warning sign. The sky's way of telling you exactly what's coming. This is often the most photographed moment in storm chasing. That eerie, narrowing finger of cloud reaching down from a wall of black. It can hang there for seconds or for several tense minutes, swaying, narrowing, gathering strength. Underneath it, the air pressure is dropping fast, and the rotation is accelerating. Debris on the ground may already start swirling before the funnel even arrives. It's no longer a question of if, it's a question of when. Stage 4. Touchdown. This is the moment everything changes. The instant that rotating funnel makes contact with the ground, it officially becomes a tornado. A violently rotating column of air extending from the storm to the surface. Wind speeds at touchdown can already exceed 100 miles per hour, and they intensify within seconds. Loose debris, dirt, leaves, small objects, gets pulled into the base, forming the swirling skirt you often see in tornado footage. This stage can happen with terrifying speed. Some tornadoes form and reach significant strength in under 2 minutes. There is often little time between the first siren and life-threatening danger. For families on the ground, this is the moment a forecast becomes personal. A line on a weather map becomes a roar outside the window, and right now, the tornado is just getting hungry. Stage 5. The growing tornado. If the tornado survives its first minute, it often grows and grows fast. The funnel widens. The wind field intensifies. What started as a narrow tube of rotating air can expand into a churning column hundreds of yards across, dragging a thick cloud of dirt and debris that engineers call the debris cloud. Wind speeds can climb past 150 miles per hour, faster than a Formula One race car at full throttle. At this stage, tornadoes are typically rated EF2 to EF3 on the enhanced Fujita scale, capable of snapping power poles, peeling roofs from houses, and tossing vehicles like toys. This is the stage where the tornado's true character is decided. Some will stay this size and weaken. Others, the rare, terrifying ones, are about to become legendary, because what comes next is the stage every storm scientist fears most. Stage 6. The deadliest stage. This is it, the climax. The moment the sky shows you exactly what it's capable of. At its peak, a tornado can grow into a churning wall of destruction over 2 miles wide, wider than most towns are long. Wind speeds can exceed 200, even 300 miles per hour. ranking it as an EF4 or EF5, the most violent classification a tornado can receive. To put that in perspective, at 300 miles per hour, wind isn't just powerful, it behaves almost like water under pressure. It can strip bark from trees, drive splinters of wood through concrete, and lift entire homes clean off their foundations, scattering them for miles. This is the stage responsible for history's most catastrophic tornadoes. The 2011 Joplin, Missouri tornado and the 1999 Bridge Creek Moore, Oklahoma tornado, which recorded one of the highest wind speeds ever measured on Earth, close to 300 miles per hour, both reached this terrifying peak. At maximum strength, the pressure drop inside the funnel is so extreme that it can cause structures to seem like they explode outward rather than collapse inward. Multiple smaller, fast-spinning subvortices can orbit inside the main funnel like miniature tornadoes riding within the larger storm, carving unpredictable and sometimes deadlier paths than the main vortex itself. This is also when the danger becomes hardest to escape. The tornado is now moving across the landscape at speeds that can outrun a car in town traffic, while the debris field around its base can hide its true width until it's far too close. Everything before this stage, the rotation, the funnel, the touchdown, was the storm building toward this single violent peak. But nothing this powerful can sustain itself forever. Stage 7, the rope stage. Eventually, the tornado runs out of fuel. As the storm's structure shifts and the inflow of warm air weakens, the tornado begins to lose its broad, powerful shape. It narrows, twisting into a thin, snake-like form that meteorologists call the rope stage, because quite literally, it starts to look like a rope being whipped across the sky. Here's the part that catches people off guard. A rope stage tornado looks weaker, but it isn't always safer. The narrowing funnel can actually spin faster for short bursts, similar to a figure skater pulling in their arms to spin quicker. It may look like it's dying, while still being capable of real damage. Eventually, the connection between the ground and the storm above breaks completely. The funnel lifts, thins, and dissolves back into the clouds it came from, vanishing as quietly as it began. And then it's over. The sky calms. The wind fades. The destructive force that just reshaped a community returns to nothing more than rising water vapor. 7 stages, sometimes lasting less than 10 minutes from start to finish, yet capable of leveling neighborhoods that took generations to build. 2 storms can look identical on radar, and one fades into nothing while the other becomes an EF5. Even with today's technology, meteorologists still can't say for certain, in the moment, which path a storm will choose. Have you ever experienced a tornado? Let us know your story in the comments. And if you liked this video, make sure to hit subscribe.